What's up, people? How you doing today? How you doing today? Man, I didn't sleep last night, dude. I couldn't sleep. And when I say I didn't sleep, I mean I literally did not sleep. Like, I didn't even sleep for 1 minute. Not even one. Major L. I don't know. But anyway, I'm here. I went to work. I made it. I'm alive. My thumb's getting better. Thank God for that. So, alright, so let's jump back in. We were working on the SQLite. We were figuring out how to work with it. We figured out how to do that for the most part. We have this SQLite test file, and I guess I'll just go through the test file real quick, and I'm gonna refresh my knowledge. We figured out that's what it's really for, is to refresh my knowledge, not your knowledge, but my knowledge. Okay. There he is. There he is. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Okay. Yeah. Go. Not your knowledge. See you later. Over the hill. Yep, that's me. Over the hill, baby. All right. So let's let's go through this file here. We got SQLite direct insert supports types, int, float, text, blob. Okay, and then there was I watched a video, a tutorial, and there was another type of number, and it was I can't remember what it's called. It was a decimal number, but he didn't use the term float. It was a different term that I had never heard before. It's really not important. Anyway, multiple cursors for same database connection allows for write-read concurrency for that database. So multiple cursors for the same database allows for write-read concurrency for that database. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I was thinking about how that would play out if you were to use it. Okay, and then we have a below section result from ChatGPT benchmark comparing these three methods for adding entries when unsure if entry at primary key already exists in database. So insert or replace is slow. Select and then update or insert based on the results is a little faster, but the insert on conflict do update is even faster. So that's really the method that we're gonna want to use throughout our project, probably, because I mean, yeah, we're never really gonna know like once it starts, right? Once we start recording to the database, we're not gonna know at what point, you know, there's no way to know that we've like already created each particular data point. So I think just universally for our project, in this context anyway, of using the database, we'll probably always have to use the insert on conflict do update. So let's see what Claude has to say. Oh, I guess because I cleared my stuff, it got me Oh really? I have to log into my email? Why does this I'm like, I've never had to do this before. But it made me sign into something that I normally didn't have to sign into, so it must be anthropic. Isn't anthropology the study of humans? So anthropic is humaning. Like a human. Like a human. Yeah. Claude is like a human. Makes sense. Okay, there we go. We're in. Had to do that from my phone. Okay, so we're gonna paste this in, insert on conflict, do update, SQLite, and we're gonna ask specifically about is this best practice when we don't know if row exists? Give example. It's okay, you can speak to Claude like a caveman. It's fine. I do it all the time. He handles it quite well. Yes, insert on conflict, do update in SQLite is a good practice for handling potential duplicate rows, especially when you're unsure if a record already exists. Here's an example, and that's called upsert. Benefits is, just sounds dirty to me, upsert. Anyway, key benefits. Handles both new and existing records in one statement. Prevents duplicate entries. Updates existing records information and works efficiently for database synchronization or data import scenarios. The on conflict at username. Do update clause means if no conflict occurs, insert new row. If the username already exists, update the row with the new values. So you just do the regular insert into values. Why did I not see this used in my example? Why did I not see this syntax? Am I just like forgetting this? Okay, yeah, I am just forgetting it. And for whatever reason, they have it multi-lined, and that was throwing me off as well. But I think multi-line, I don't know if I like that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if I like this multi-line going on here. I just like, yeah. So let's do cursor dot execute, and there we go. So we say insert into save data, which is the table. Oh, so you don't have to do the placeholder thing. That just avoids, the reason they use the placeholders is because of, something to do with executing Python code or something like that. It was like a security thing. I actually can't remember why. Let me refresh myself on this because it's not really that important, but I would like to know this. Why do we use placeholders in SQLite? Placeholders in SQLite provide several critical advantages. Percent SQL injection, right? So that's the main thing. Sanitize inputs by separating SQL logic from data. Improve performance. Allow query plan caching. Simplify parameter binding. Make code cleaner, more readable. Please automatically handle escaping and type conversion. Preventing potential security vulnerabilities. Give an example of a security vulnerability from one of these without a placeholder. Okay, so this is vulnerable login. Oh, right, so if they malicious input could break query logic. Example attack. Gotcha, right. You do admin resulting query select where username is equal to admin and password. Bypasses the password check completely. Okay. Okay, got it. Got it. I needed to see an example of that to really understand. All right. So now we're going to. Holy shit! I'm so tired, dude, from no sleep. Oh my god, it's catching up to me. It's finally catching up. I was gonna take a nap, but I just didn't feel like I could fall asleep, and I didn't want to waste time laying down because I did that for like 8 hours last night. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait until I know for sure, without a doubt, that I can go to sleep before I lay down again. So I'm just gonna smash the rest of this nasty ass coffee. No sugar, baby. Just coffee and cream. I kind of like it that way. Okay, so insert into save data, username, email, last login. So this. Okay, you know what I don't remember how to do? How do we create a new column? So we insert into this save data. But how do we create a new column? Let's see, this is how you create the table. How do you add? That's something I don't know how to do. How do you add a new column to an existing table? Okay. So you do alter table users, add column, phone number, text, whatever. Cool. Okay. Alter table users, add column, status, text. Well, why do we have status here? What does that do? Default active, baby. Oh, that's the name of it. Duh. But how come it's purple and this one isn't purple? Ya feel? Add column with constraints. Alter table users, add column, age, integer check, age greater than or equal to 0. And you can use indents to do alter table users, add column, country, text, default, unknown, comma, add column, verified, boolean default, 0. Okay. So if with this one, whenever you modify the age field for any particular row, it has to be greater than or equal to 0. For instance, if you did -1, that wouldn't work. Let's add this code here. So we're gonna test all this little code right here. All this little code, we're gonna test it. Okay. Alter table. Oh, I forgot to set my timer, baby. Why you didn't remind me, dude? Why didn't you remind me, cuz? 16 minutes in, dude. That's when you know you're tired. I'm just trying to do the basic math in my head, and I couldn't. I didn't sleep, dog. I can't do basic arithmetic right now. Cursor execute, insert and save data values. Do update set. Why does it say do update set? Why does that sound like bad English? Do update set. On conflict username, do update set. Okay. And then we have email equals excluded dot email. Okay, so then, right, so if there is the, okay. So this only handles a conflict. So do we only ever handle the primary key with conflicts? With conflict? Does this always and only apply to the primary key, or could it also apply to other columns? Yeah, I think that's like, I think it always would apply to the, can apply to any column or combination of columns that have a unique constraint or are part of a unique index. Can apply to any column or combination of columns that have a unique constraint or are part of a unique index. Table with multiple unique constraints. Table employees ID, primary key, email text unique. Oh, Okay, so unique will act in the same way that a primary key acts, wherein you can only have one of them. Like you can only have one of this email. Like if you have another instance, another row with this email, it's gonna throw, it's not gonna let you do that. Same thing with the employee ID. You can't have two employees with the same ID. Yay. Yeah. Okay. So okay, so yeah, so so unique. I get it. Handle conflict on email, insert into employees, email employee ID, department values, and then on conflict email do update set department equals excluded dot department. Okay, because the email is not the primary key, but it is a unique. And then same thing with the employee ID. It's not the primary key, but it is unique. And then handle multiple unique columns. Okay, so on conflict, email employee ID, do update the set. So if you have two employees with the same email, on conflict email, and then employee ID, do update set department. So this one, does this mean it's gonna have to, like, I'm assuming that this is pertaining to the same row. Because if it, no, just no. Alright, that's better. On conflict email employee ID, do update set department. So does this mean if the email and employee ID match like in a certain row, well, it's gonna go off of the ID, right? Because we have the, well, no, because this is only updating based off of email employee ID and department. This has nothing to do with the ID, which is the primary key. So first of all, how do you even do this without setting the primary key? Do you have to set the primary key? I need to understand this. I need for it to explain this a little further. A couple of questions on this example. First off, how can you create a new row without including the primary key. And then 2, when onConflict runs, does this mean if any row has that email and any row has that employee ID, update the department of both rows? Or does it mean if one row has both the conflicting email and employee ID? Let's clarify this, dude. SQLite automatically generates. Oh god. Oh, it's gonna be a long day, boys. I'm so fucking tired, bro. Oh my god. I was good until I started this, and then now I'm just like, it hit me all at once, like, bam, there it is. Okay, SQLite automatically generates and assigns the primary key value when ID is declared as integer primary key. SQLite automatically generates and assigns primary key. Okay, because it's auto increment. It doesn't automatically. Oh, that's right. It's auto set to auto increment, if I remember correctly. So you don't even have to create it. It will automatically create that primary key and auto increment it. So it'll do the request. You can omit it from the insert statement. The conflict check requires both conditions to match in a single row. Gotcha. Gotcha. So this is like an and. So if we have onConflict email employee ID, that means email and employee ID in a single row. So you're looking at any given row and you're seeing if they have the same Johnny at company and EMP123 as the employee ID. And in that case, it's going to update the department to equal excluded department. I don't know why it says excluded department, but maybe this means something. Okay, so let me test this. So we have insert into save data, onConflict, do update set, and what comes after set? Okay, so then we designate what we want, what field we want to update. So in this case, we would say update. We'll just say value, and then we'll say equals 1. Is that right? And then they have a semicolon. I don't know if we have to have the semicolon after. So we're creating the table with object name and then the value blob as a blob. It might not let me do that because 1 is an integer and not a blob. We'll see. Maybe it'll throw an error. Otherwise, we'll have to create some made-up blob to, you know, to finish this test. And this is going to So we first have to create. Let's just double run the line here. So we have insert into save data, and we'll just say but we have to have the placeholders. How do we normally do this? Okay, so then we do comma, and then we put the actual, so we'll say this would be p2.score, and then we'll do 3000. Okay, but this is not actually why. Okay, because we forgot to do that. And then we do comma. This ain't right, dude. Something ain't right here. You see, this syntax, something's wrong. Okay, so I guess we do like this. We copy this and we leave it as such, and then we do comma, bam. Is that the right way? You feel? Is that it? So let's go over this from the tippity top. We import SQLite, we import pickle, we create this data. We don't really need to use that. We create our database file. We create our cursor, and then we set up our base emphasis on speed, right? And then we do cursor execute pragmatic mode. This is to get it to print out our data. Correct. And then we create a table so we create a table with the object name and value columns, and then we're running this test here on the insert. And I'll just put this right here below section 2.10.25 testing on conflict. Do update, because I don't think we didn't test that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. No, we didn't. So we need to test it. All right, and then we have to add a column. So let's put this up here because we're gonna do that as well. Alter table, and we'll call this object name, add column, and we'll just say, let's call this ID, and we'll just be integer. We just do int. I don't think we have to do integer. Maybe we do have to do integer. I don't know. I guess we'll try just int first. And we'll have a default. We're gonna have a default to we'll just say 7. Okay, this is not right. Save data is the table, the ID column, and it's gonna be default to 7. text of cursor execute. So we're adding a column to the table there. And then apparently you can add multiple. So we're gonna see how do you use default and check together. And then we have our insert on conflict, do update. So this is literally the same line twice because the first time it's gonna create it, and then the second time it's gonna hit the on conflict with the object name because it already exists, and it's gonna update the value to be 1. So then we want to fetch So we're going to copy that and bring this over here. So to cursor you select value from save data, object name is equal to, and this is going to be P2 score. Retrieves the data. No shit. Dumbass. Baby. So let's go ahead and run this. There we go. So we got our right ahead logging enabled. We one for our synchronous setting, which is normal. 0 would be none, 1 is normal, and 2 is full, or maybe it's the opposite. But I know 1's. I don't remember which one's on either end. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it returns 1. So it looks like we didn't have an error. It's worked. So we altered the table. Let's do this, baby. Let's switch this up. Let's do, what is it? Fetch all? Yeah. Fetch it all, dude. Fetch all that shit, cuz. Now let's run it. Uh-oh. Duplicate column name ID. Oh, they already got the column. I'm thinking I was asleep, okay? I didn't go to sleep, so my brain's sleeping while I'm awake. Column name ID. So that's because we didn't delete the database file. And Yeah, so I guess there's a way to add on conflict here. Like there's a way to do on conflict for when you've already added a column. If that column already exists, um, so we'll say me, dude. Is there a way to avoid column duplicate error by using on conflict something similar? Single column unique constraint. Create table users ID integer primary key username text unique or duplicate username. Do nothing? Wait, I'm confused here. Create table employees ID user conflict. No, that's not what I meant. Multiple column unique constraint. Constraint. Well, that's new. Constraint unique emp ID. What is this, dude? Constraint unique email emp ID unique email employee ID. Handle duplicate composite values. Insert into oh, okay. Wait, I don't know what that's doing. I have no idea what constraint is doing. I don't think it understood what I meant. Is there a way to avoid column duplicate error by using or something similar? Handling column duplicates. Skips the insert if duplicate exists. Okay, that's cool. That's not really what I was asking, I don't think. And then do update set. Updates existing row with new values. Can be used with any unique constraint. Okay, what does the constraint keyword do? I don't know what that does. Constraint naming helps with documentation. Constraints are self-documenting. Maintenance, easier to modify or remove specific constraints. And error messages shows constraint name in violations. Constraint gives a name to table rules and makes them explicit. Named constraint for amount validation. Constraint valid amount check. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does, bro. Named unique constraint on multiple columns. Um, this is wizardry to me. This is high magic. Named unique constraint on multiple columns. Constraint unique order. Unique user ID amount. Okay, so if it's the same, so you're making you're making it to where the user ID and amount composite, like together, has to be unique. Am I understanding this correctly? So this makes it to where the user ID amount composite is unique, meaning that if the row has the same composite, it won't be allowed. Correct. With that constraint, look, baby, you don't have to give me examples with everything. You can just answer the question straight up. Okay? I got a potty. I'll be right back. Okay. Just agree. Okay, I'm back. Yes. Okay, Claude is it didn't like, oh, it just, this was its answer. It only gave me code. Create table orders, ID, integer primary key user, ID, integer amount, decimal, constraint, unique order. Okay, gotcha. This works. Insert into orders, user ID amount, values 1 and 50, and then this works a different amount. But then this fails, duplicate composite. Okay, I understand. I understand. Got it. Okay, so it's to a singular row. And as far as the duplicate column, it didn't actually understand what I meant there. Let's just pass it in there and see if it'll understand. So it occurs when trying to add a column that already exists. You need to either drop the existing column first, use a different column name, or create a new table. Okay, so you actually can't do like on conflict. So you can't use on conflict for columns. Conflict only works with unique constraints, including primary key. For regular columns without unique constraints, you can't use on conflict to handle duplicates. Yeah, it still doesn't understand what I mean. It's not important. I get it. You can't use on conflict to handle duplicate columns. It's misunderstanding what I'm saying. But that's no big deal. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. It might be me, for all I know. Okay, so we'd have to drop the existing column, use a different column name. So to drop a column, we would say drop column ID. So let's add that in. Just like, we don't really need to do this, you know. But I figure, like, since I'm doing 101, let's do 101, you know, on the SQLite here. And this is where we are adding a column to the table. So this adds column ID set to default value of 7, and then cursor execute alter table orders. So this will drop that column. Drops just created column. Okay. So let's run this and see if this works. And there we go. So we added that column and then we dropped it, and when we fetch all the data right here from select value, we don't want to select, how about, we want select all. That's what I meant to put. We want to select everything. So this would return all the data, all of the entire row associated with this primary key. And then I'm like, does it have to be the, so there you go, it gives us all the data, which is PT scoring 1. But if we change this, so instead of searching for the object name, let's see if we can get it to search based on the non-primary key. So stupid ass shit. So we can select from save data where object name is equal to blah, blah, blah.
Tell everyone else what I'm about to say when I'm done.
So object name is the primary key, but we're going to change this to be value, and we're going to search based on the value of, let's just say 3000, since that is the associated value with the piece. why did that work? But it returned nothing. Oh, because it's not. So this doesn't work. Why does this not work? Because we do have. Well, let's do this. Let's select all from save data. And we're just gonna literally select all from save data. Just bam, all of it. Like everything. Oh wait. Forgot to disable that line, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so, and this is how you select everything. There you go. So this ultimately inserts new row, and this one ultimately updates row's value column. Yay? Is this yay? Correct? But, well, we didn't select anything, so that's why it's not working. But if you see here, when we do P2 score, and then when we switch it with the 3000, it doesn't work. So it doesn't allow us to select from using the where keyword and then searching for the non-primary key, which is weird to me. So I need to figure this out. Does this not work as expected because value is not the primary key? Yeah, that could work fine with any column, not just primary keys. The where clause with equal and a placeholder works for comparing any column value. The only difference with non-primary keys is that you might get, if you're not getting expected results, check data type matches, integer versus string, exact value match, fetch all multiple rows could match. Okay, I see. Oh, right. Oh, bro, dumbass. That's because we updated it, because now it's 1. Doofus. I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, so you can use where the column that follows where doesn't have to be the primary key. The primary key is just the primary key. I guess the main purpose of the primary key is to ensure that you get it's unique. So primary keys are inherently unique. Let's ask ChatGPT because we ran out of messages on we can explore together. Okay, baby. Oh. Well, hi there. SQLite primary keys. The primary key is a unique identifier for each record in a table. It's a unique identifier for each record in a table. It ensures no 2 rows in the table have the same value in the primary key column. So you can add uniqueness to other columns, but the primary key is inherently unique. So when we just say primary key, that means this ID, which is going to be an integer, is always going to be unique. So let's see if we can. Okay, so what was the last thing I wanted to test? Let's see, alter table users add column age integer check. Okay, yeah, we wanted to test the check and so if we remove this drop clause, you see we have 3 columns, but if we enable it, well, we have to delete this file first. Now if we rerun it, you'll see that we only get 2 instead of the int default to 7, that 3rd column, because we dropped that column with this drop column ID. Alter table users add column age integer. So we can use default in tandem with check. Default 7 and then check we'll put ID greater than, how about we'll put greater than 8, so then it shouldn't work, right? Let's run this. It's gonna throw an error. Check constraint failed. Right, so it's because it's default to 7. But if we default it to 9, that'll be greater than 8. Bam, and it works. So you can use default in tandem with check. So you can default it and then check that default to see if it meets a certain parameter, which is dumb because like that's like that would be contradictory, right? You know. But that's just to show how you can use check in tandem. Default values and checks. Well, we'll do this 2 separate lines because this is silly. Get rid of this one. So now we'll bring this one right here. Do cursor execute. It's gonna alter table, save data. So what if we just do integer check, age greater than 0? Okay, so I need some clarification on how check works exactly. Then we have alter table, save data, drop. Okay, so we can drop, we know that. And then we can add multiple columns together. So we'll do this. Also need to test this. Alright, so after that, that should be basically... Yeah, that should be basically it. As far as, like, you know, understanding most of the keywords. There was a couple keywords I didn't really understand. Well, we know constraint. Add in comment about constraint keyword, and then there was another one. There was one that I just kind of avoided looking at because I was like, I didn't want to feel dumb and you know, try to understand it. It was one of these. Text default boolean column status, text default integer check. No, it wasn't that one. One conflict, do update set. No, it wasn't this one. Oh yeah, we wanted to use the unique and then we'll copy this and let's add comment about unique, and then there was one last one. Here it is. It's gonna be this one. We have do nothing. No, there was another one. Well, maybe it was constraint. Maybe it was constraint. I don't know. I thought there was another one. I thought there was one more. Handling column duplicates. Oh, we had foreign key. And then you can drop a constraint. And it uses decimal instead of float. So is there a difference between decimal and float? So we'll ask that as what. Whoa, I do that sometimes here. And what's going on? The hell is this, dude? It's weird. Say, oh, he did it again. Shift enter. It's becoming a habit. Diff between goldfish. Goldfish, baby. Decimal and float. And a foreign key. Constraint, foreign key. And oh, references. There we go. References. Baby. That was it. There it is. That's the one. That's the one, dude. Shift enter. Is this a new thing, bro? Is this like, why am I hitting shift enter? I don't know. understand below um, executions. Yeah, so we need to understand these two. So we're basically there, right? Like we're getting good with SQL. We're understanding SQLite. It's pretty easy, honestly. It's actually, it's nothing when you compare it to like F-string operations and join and, you know, lots of complicated Python syntax, which is not very complicated in terms of programming relative to like other syntax nightmare hell, you know, like regex and stuff. But it's, you know, anyway, you get what I'm saying. It's not hard. SQLite is easy, like really easy in terms of programming. It's not even, it's like it's easier than HTML. It's really easy. You can learn this in one day and be pretty good with it. Okay, so we're done for now. That coffee has kicked in, so I'm not like actually dying. I'm close to dying, but I'm not. I'm still alive somehow. Did 113, so that would put us at 11:17. Yeah, 11 and then 17, and then hour 13. Past that is 12:30. So that gives us 1.25, and we just need to copy this time right here. And what did we do? Well, we did the same thing we had been doing, which was continue testing how to use SQLite and SQL test, which we wanted to move on to implementation into the actual file itself, but I wanted to make sure I had a little bit more, you know, a little bit more experience. I was kind of being premature jumping in. I needed a refresher, and I needed you know, just to learn a couple more of those keywords, just to know them. Since I'm like learning it, it's like just go ahead and learn the basics, you know. So I need to learn foreign key, I need to learn what that means, references, what that means, and then just write out a couple of these little test concepts right here, ask these couple little questions, and then I'll feel pretty comfortable moving forward with the implementation here into Client Refactor. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start adding this SQLite code into Client Refactor, replacing our previous pickle file and so on and so forth with that new. All right, so yeah, that's it. We did an hour and a quarter. I'll be back. We're gonna go to the gym and work out. I really don't feel like it because I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do it anyway. And if I'm not completely exhausted, we'll do another session. But I might just like pass out when I get back from the gym. We'll see. All right, dudes. So